2 years ago, I did an unboxing of the Oral-B Pro 3 3500 electric toothbrush on this channel. With over 77,000 views and many likes, I've decided to bring it back to the channel so I can do a review 2 years later. I'm going to break this video down, and the first thing I want to talk about is the price. I purchased this from Amazon 2 years ago for £40. If you want to know whether it's worth the asking price, please stay to the end of the video and you will know whether we believe this is worth the asking price. Next, I want to talk about the key features. Now, this toothbrush has 3 key features. The first key feature I want to talk about is the battery life. Oral-B confirmed that this can last up to 2 weeks on a single charge. We have actually tested this. 2 minutes of usage in the morning and 2 minutes of usage at night, and this has actually lasted 2 weeks. We haven't tested any further than that, so we don't know how longer it will last, but they've confirmed 2 weeks and we can also confirm 2 weeks. Saying that, I keep it on charge throughout the day and I will take it off charge at night when I'm using it. Then overnight it stays in the bathroom, and in the morning I use it again before I put it back on charge. The next key feature I want to talk about is this bit up here, which is the light for the gum pressure detector. Now, the way this works is if you put too much pressure on your gum, this will light up and indicate to you that you need to calm down and not put too much pressure on your gum, or else you will damage your gums. I will show you how it works. So if I put the toothbrush on and I apply pressure to the top bit, as you can see, the red light comes on, and that is an indication for you to stop brushing hard. The final key feature that I want to talk about is the 3 settings that this toothbrush has. Now, the first setting it has, when you press it once, is a continuous vibration at the top here, and it continues like this for 2 minutes. And the reason why it continues like this for 2 minutes is because that is a built-in timer which tells you that 2 minutes of brushing is enough. If you press this twice, this setting is for when you're using whitening for your teeth, and it vibrates slower than normal. And the third setting, if you press the third time, it speeds up and then it slows back down again. The third setting is for sensitive teeth. So if you have very sensitive teeth and you have very sensitive gums, I would recommend that you use the third setting, and this will be more safer and more pleasant against your teeth. Now, the next thing I want to talk about are the pros for this toothbrush. Now, one thing I want to mention is the battery, which I've already talked about before. An extra thing that I want to say is that I keep this on charge all day. It's only off charge during the night when I keep it in the bathroom for me to use again in the morning. And I can say 2 years later, the battery on this is still good. It's still a healthy battery. So if you are afraid of overcharging this, don't worry, because I've had it for 2 years and you can safely say that I have been overcharging it and there's been no issues. Another pro for this is the build quality. Now, I have dropped this many times into the sink, and you guys know the sink is not a very soft place. And even after dropping it many times, there is no damage on this at all. I mean, if you look carefully, there are a few scratches around the toothbrush, which is normal for 2 years of usage. But other than that, there is no damage on this, physical damage on this at all, and I have dropped it many times. Now, the final pro that I want to talk about is the gum detector at the top. Now, this is actually a very big deal. It doesn't sound like a very big deal, but when I used to use the traditional old toothbrushes, which weren't the electric ones, I never realized that I was brushing too hard on my gums. It's only when I got this and I started using this and I realized that you don't really need to brush that hard. So I think that's a very good thing, because in the long term, that really protects your gums and is healthier for your teeth. Now, I want to talk about the cons. Now, one of the major cons for this is the lack of grip. As you can see, there's no grip at the front here and there's no grip at the back here. And that is the reason why I keep dropping this into the sink, because it just easily slips out of your hand. When you're brushing your teeth, most likely you're thinking about other stuff and you don't really concentrate on how you're holding it, and because of lack of grip, you just end up holding it like this, and then it just slips out of your hand and into the sink. Now, talking about it slipping out of the hand into the sink, like I mentioned before, one of the pros of this is the build quality, because even though I've dropped it in the sink many times, it still doesn't have any damage on it. And the toothbrush I had before this had grip down here and it had grip at the back. That used to fall down a lot less, but saying that, that was a weaker toothbrush. Had that fallen out of my hand and into the sink, that would have definitely broken. And another con I want to say is how loud this toothbrush is. This could definitely do with being a lot quieter. I mean, if I just put it on again, listen to how loud that is. That is very loud. And although you're brushing your teeth and you expect it to be loud to a certain extent, I still believe that this is too loud, and they could have done with making it a lot quieter. Now we come to the final part, the conclusion. At the start of this video, we asked the question whether this was worth asking price. And I can confirm that it is worth that. I mean, there is so much to this toothbrush which other toothbrushes don't have. You've got so much safety features built in here, and you've got good build quality along with good battery. Now, one other piece of gold advice I want to give is, along with brushing your teeth, please do remember to also floss. This is the unboxing beard, and we approve this item.